this team is going to go as far as I take them. And maybe I could have did more, but it didn't happen. I tried, man. I tried.
Following another disappointing showing in the playoffs, there were big changes in store for the Houston Rockets over the summer of 2007.
You know what? There's no shortcut. You have to put your passion into the summer workout and prepare for next season.
I sit back and I do a lot of thinking every year. So to me, that's not going to be any different, this year.
Would it be a mistake if he's not back next year?
As far as I'm concerned, he's still our coach, and that's all I can give you. I don't know.
Jeff and I had a conversation, and he gave them the opportunity to go out and talk to people, and my name was mentioned, and he said I told him you'd be a great candidate, and so that's how it all happened. I would never have interviewed if I didn't know that Jeff was on board with it and everything else.
My time here was great. I coached with great coaches, worked for great people, and had players that I admired greatly, but playoff losses will always haunt you.
For the lowdown, we bring in General Manager Carroll Dawson. It's close to your last go-around here before retirement.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
This was a tough one to end on, too.
It is.
Hard to read.
It wasn't just the coaching staff facing an overhaul, as a planned change was also underway in the front office.
We got Daryl Morey here, the general manager of the Houston Rockets. How you doing today, Daryl?
Good, thanks, Al.
Carroll Dawson was stepping down as general manager, and his replacement, Daryl Morey, had been working closely with him the year previously to ease the transition. Morey was an early proponent of the use of analytics for many facets of running a basketball organization, and his methods had helped Dawson construct a team of highly specialized role players to surround Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady.
It was all new to me, and he had a lot of facts that I hadn't heard of. I guess you'd call I was old school. It was a tool, and if he could give us that information, then it was very beneficial.
The team acquired undersized center, Chuck Hayes, in 2006 after his standout performance for the franchise's Summer League team in 2005.
Chuck, we need to speak. Houston, we got a problem.
Every kid in the house, that was only the second free throw and third free throw, so now he's 0 for 3 on the season. The crowd trying to pump him up.
His hustle and positioning in the paint helped him thrive at his position despite his lack of stature.
Hey, my brother, you got to help Yao.
Also backing up the often injured Yao Ming was veteran Dikembe Mutombo, who had reluctantly signed on for a full season in Houston at the age of 41.
My option is always open, either play or retire. I don't think I'm coming back, I'm done. He said, no, I need you in the locker room. It was just tough to say no to so many close friends that I have here.
Mutombo! Second all-time shot blocker in NBA history.
33 games, kid. I don't know what I got left of my tanks, but I'm too old to be going out there and playing 37 minutes again.
Luis Scola, my friend from Argentina.
They always tell me that he's the man with the numbers, the man with the statistics, blah, 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 blah.
Dikembe was an amazing player. He was pretty set in how he was going to play, and there's nothing wrong with that. Well, Dikembe always wanted to make sure after he blocked a shot and got the rebound that he needed to do his finger wag to the crowd. So we had an ongoing battle to get him to outlet the ball before he did we were like, you can do the finger wag after you get rid of the ball, but he liked the visual of the ball here and him tucking in. So.
Come here, Rook. Let me talk to you, Rook.
During the 2006 NBA draft, the Rockets traded the 8th pick, Rudy Gay, to Memphis to acquire Shane Battier. Battier was a standout perimeter defender who Morey coveted for his impressive post-entry pass completion percentage.
My name is Shane Battier. I come from a little suburb outside Detroit, Michigan. My first basketball memory started when I was about 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. I remember playing in the driveway with my dad and my younger brother, and I grew up in Michigan, and so there was always snow in the winter, and I remember shoveling the snow just so I could go out and start shooting hoops. And I loved the game so much. I wanted to be around it. And the journey to the NBA was a very difficult one that I was doubted at every step of the way. When I was in 6th grade, people said, "Oh, Battier, you're too skinny." When I went to Duke University, people told me, "Battier, you're out of your league." When I got to the NBA, people said they'll never be able to guard the Kobe Bryants and the Paul Pierces. And here I am, and I've had a pretty good career.
Rafa Alston retained his position as the team's starting point guard despite strong competition from a returning Steve Francis, Mike James and impressive rookie Aaron Brooks.
Brooks will change our team, right?
I'd move up to get Brooks.
Yes. Yeah, right. Quick, fast, shoot it.
The Houston Rockets select Aaron Brooks from the University of Oregon.
I thought I was going to come to the NBA and just take over. Get to training camp, Mike James, Rafer Alston, Luther Head, John Lucas, Steve Francis, all point guards, combo guards.
The team also featured a pair of rookies at the power forward position in Luis Scola and Carl Landry.
I need a beer. These guys you play with a beer. Man, this is easy. I need a beer, Chiefs. This is a key phrase. This was in a movie. Think boxing. Eye for an eye, 2 for 2. Think of that's snake eyes. No. Oh. This is the eye of tiger. Eye of a tiger. Okay, but who says that eye of a tiger? Okay, look. He fought Rocky. Yes.
Scola was the more experienced of the two, having played professionally overseas since the age of 15.
Well, the key is checking if there's any developments on Scola, because he's negotiating with the European team right now.
He has an offer on the table from them, and so he's probably waiting on San Antonio to match or make a competitive offer or trade him.
The San Antonio Spurs had held his draft rights since 2002 and, at the age of 27, he had all but given up hope of making it to the NBA until the Rockets traded for his draft rights and bought him to the team immediately.
I always dreamed about playing in the NBA. It was almost an obsession for me.
If Scola is traded, then that increases the probability Scola comes to the NBA. Right.
And then all of a sudden, the Rockets shows up and they trade for me and they sign me a minute later, and I was here and I was really, really excited. It was career changing, of course, but life changing too.
We're here to introduce Luis Scola to the Rockets family. The only one more excited than us is Luis.
I was thinking, these guys just made my dream come true. I'll have to really, really work hard to pay back.
Welcome, everyone, to opening night in Los Angeles as the NBA begins its 62nd season and its 24th season on Turner Sports. The Staples Center is filled to capacity on this night before Halloween as we bring you Tracy McGrady and the Houston Rockets against Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers.
So a lot of questions there for the Houston Rockets. New coach in Rick Adelman, a new style of play. Their two stars, Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady, a new style of play. Let's see how they are acclimated early in the season.
As you take a look at the new coach of the Houston Rockets, Rick Adelman, standout last year. Before that, a great run with the Sacramento Kings.
It's good to see Rick back. We talked to him before the game. He said last year taking a year off did a world of good for him. He got away from the game a little bit. He feels refreshed and ready to lead this Houston Rocket team.
Bryant has 5 early points for Los Angeles. Here is Yao over Brown. Second consecutive hit for Yao.
Well, Kevin, the big thing is that he and Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady have to stay healthy, and you can see what this guy has done. One of the hardest working guys in the NBA. Kevin, no matter who we talked to last year, Jeff Van Gundy, this year, Rick Adelman, singing the praises of how hard this young man works every single night, and we see him pushing himself up this floor night after night, Kevin, trying to stay up with the pace of this game. I have a tremendous amount of admiration for him. I mean, he is a big, big man. And we'll get our first look at Luis Scola as Kwame Brown goes to the line. He really struggles at the line.
Scola, who is a 2-time Spanish League MVP, was really a 2002 second-round draft choice by the San Antonio Spurs and was playing in Argentina. Then he became available this summer, and they traded him for camp reasons. And the words of Greg Popovich, this guy could be to Houston what Manu Ginobili is to us in San Antonio.
Well, that's a mouthful, but Luis Scola last summer almost got his team single-handedly into the Olympics next year. Hardly any of the guys played from Argentina. He was great. He was the MVP, and the team qualified, and the rest of the guys got to rest all summer long, so they can thank Luis Scola for them not to have to qualify next summer to get over to the Olympics. Last year, the 2 games here at the Staples Center, Kobe took 82 shots in those 2 games.
That's amazing. The Yao from outside over Bynum. Down by 11, the Rockets have chiseled their way back to within 2. Kobe Bryant over Battier.
I was lucky to sort of grow up in sort of the golden age of analytics as it pertains to basketball and the age, and really the emergence of big data in sports. The way I look at it is it's just another way to gain a competitive advantage on the basketball court, this time using numbers and data. Before I really learned analytics, I tried to guard a guy like Kobe Bryant, who in my estimation was the toughest competitor that I ever played against. And all I had to rely on was the old eyeball test scouting report. Yeah, Kobe's got a really good right hand. You have to keep him out of the painted area. He's a great finisher. So, yeah, any Joe Schmo fan could tell you those things. But after studying and going through the school of analytics, I knew exactly to a T who Kobe Bryant was. And I knew, as a defender trying to stop him, Kobe's worst case scenario and my best case scenario was to make him shoot a pull-up jumper going to his left hand. All right? The average possession of the Los Angeles Lakers in 2008 was generated 0.98 points per possession. They were going to score 0.98 points every time they had a possession. Kobe Bryant only shot the left-handed pull-up jumper at a 44% clip. So every time that he went left and shot that pull-up jumper, he was generating 0.88 points per possession. Well, that's a 1/10 of a point less than the average Laker possession. And so if I could make him do that time and time again, which is a lot tougher to do than to say, I'm shaving off a 1/10 of a point every single time. I'm actually making him detrimental to his team. And the way you have to look at it is all these 1/10 of points, all right, add up. They add up here, they add up here, add up there. And all of a sudden, those 1/10 of a points become points. And in the NBA, as we all know, the margin between wins and losses is very, very thin. So those 1/10 of points matter. And that's all it really is. It's no different than playing the stock market.
Here comes McGrady. A screen by Yao. It's Battier for 3. Oh, he got it! What a shot by Battier! Timeout Los Angeles.
Oh, my.
Great play by Luke.
You can't let Kobe Bryant catch this ball. Somebody else has got to catch it.
There goes to Kobe. Battier fouls him.
That's going to give him 2 shots.
Yep. With 1.3, Battier fouls out. That was his 6th.
That's a smart play. You don't let him get the three-pointer up. Now what has to happen is Kobe's got to make the first and miss the second one. The Lakers have to get the rebound and score. Could you have ever imagined that they would have done this at the end of this game?
You said we saw them during the break, during the huddle, and their body language is horrible. Here's Bryant again. By Alston, no call. Buzzer sounds, game is over, and the Rockets
from the top of the key for 3 villain. Been on in the game as long as he can willy a swing. Turn the corner spinning, bust that ass and get up. Dust off the mask, whoever laugh, give him a...
2 nights later, the Rockets earned their second win of the season in Utah before flying back to Houston for a successful home opener against the Trailblazers. Their first loss of the season came on the road to Dallas on the 5th of November, but they immediately bounced back with a win against fellow Texas team, the defending champion San Antonio Spurs the following night.
He got jumped and pumped his adrenaline. He said it made him tougher than a bump of raw medicine. To write all night long, the hourglass is still slow. Flow from hellborn to free power like Lil Cole, and still owe bills.
They earned 2 more wins against the Bucks and Bobcats before losing to the Grizzlies, giving them a 6-2 record as their second matchup against Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers was up next.
2 teams with high expectations and aspirations. The Los Angeles Lakers coming in even up at 500, 3-3. The Houston Rockets at 6-2 on the season. It's an interesting matchup between these 2 teams tonight, Coach, when you look at this as the second night of a back-to-back for both of them. 2 of the highest scorers in the league in this game. Kobe Bryant, number 2, Tracy McGrady, number 1. And the Lakers come in as one of the highest scoring teams in the league.
They are. They're a tremendous offensive team and have been for a couple years, but the Rockets are still an outstanding defensive team, and no one in this league has played better than Tracy McGrady so far this year.
Tracy McGrady already with 2 40-point games this season, and he has had his way with the Los Angeles Lakers of late. Yao Ming's game continuing to evolve, Coach, his numbers increasing year by year.
Well, it's due to his diligence. He's the hardest working player I've ever coached. He comes early, he stays late, and he's not dissuaded from work by short-term success. He's got the big picture in mind. He's going to continue to improve because he wants it so badly.
What do you make of this Houston squad right now?
Well, I think they're very good. I think they're, without question, a championship contender with good health. Obviously, it starts with McGrady and Yao, good health. I think they have a chance to get in the top 3 seeds this year, and that's critical. That 4-5 matchup, as the Rockets found out last year, isn't ideal because of the depth of the West. If they get in the top 2, then they're going to play a lesser 7th or 8th seed if they got number 1. They're a championship contender.
Don't forget SportsCenter coming up immediately after the game. 17 seconds to go. Yao Ming out top. Trying to get rid of it, can't find anybody. Lonnie Brown was suffocating defense on him on the perimeter. Battier finally launching. Wells for 3. And that'll just about do it. And 1. Why would you foul Yao Ming there?
No one should come within the lane on this miss. They should all stay at the 3-point line.
Yao hit the rim, got it back. Alston, it'll count. Oh, and they had an opportunity to tie it off the miss. They couldn't have drawn it up any better.
The team hit a run of poor form as another 4 losses put them below 500 in the extremely competitive Western Conference.
Rockets now 6 straight losses. Granted, the schedule has been tough, maybe as tough as anybody in the league, but 6 losses now has them under 500. What's the biggest problem right now?
Well, I think their defense has slipped a little bit.
The team appeared to be struggling to adjust to the new offensive system under Rick Adelman, and their up-and-down performances continued through the month of December.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
The night before Christmas Eve, in Detroit, Tracy McGrady suffered an injury that would keep him out of action for a month.
Well, the Rockets now 2 games under 500 again, just unable to put together any kind of a winning streak.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Jingle bell swings
and jingle bell ring. Snowing and blowing, oh bushels of fun.
That's the jingle bell hop has begun.
Houston trying to stay competitive without Tracy McGrady, sidelined with that bruised left knee. And T-Mac, under Jeff Van Gundy, we knew that this team had a defensive identity. How is this team different, and what is the identity under Rick Edelman?
Well, we're still soul-searching. We don't know our identity now. You know, with 6-1, and ever since then, we've just been up and down.
Jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chime and jingle bell time.
Jingle bell chime and jingle bell time? That's a tongue twister. That is a tongue twister.
Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square.
In the frosty air.
What a bright time. It's the right time. Watch the Rockets play.
It gets tough. As a team, there's no way around it but to stay together. From the coaches all the way through the players. Everybody has to evaluate themselves as to what they can do better, not look at other people. What can you do better, and stay together as a group.
Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding on the one-horse sleigh.
Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet.
Now you're only one game over 500. You thought you were going to make some hay at home. That now you've gone 0-2 the last two games, and you got San Antonio coming in Saturday night.
Jingle round the clock. Mix and a mingle and jingling feet. That's the jingle bell.
That's the jingle bell.
That's the jingle bell rock. From the Houston Rockets to all of you, happy holidays.
Come in and play the Celtics as tough as anyone, but that man right there just was not going to allow the Celtics to lose the game here tonight. Kevin Garnett with some intensity that hasn't been seen around here in about 25 years.
Following a loss to the Boston Celtics to start the 2008 calendar year, the Houston Rockets put together a 5-game winning streak, defeating the Magic, the Knicks, twice, the Wizards and the Timberwolves. The team was starting to adjust to Rick Adelman's offensive system, and the younger players on the team were learning how to best adapt their games to the NBA style. Luis Scola, who had learned to speak English because of his love of the TV show, Friends, was becoming a more central part of the team, showing steady improvement as he became more accustomed to the NBA.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, how'd the basketball go?
Oh, okay. I learned how to shoot a layup, a foul shot, and a 23-pointer.
You mean a three-pointer?
Oh, I get more because I'm dainty.
I like the show so much that I just grabbed a dictionary and I started watching the episodes, trying to figure out what they were saying. And the first episode took me like 2 hours, and the next episode was shorter and shorter, and I get to a point that I was speaking. So I own my English to friends.
Hi, I'm Joey. We haven't met.
Good to meet you, Robert.
What? What? You guys, what is going on?
The Bible's blind and Torah's deaf, the Quran's mute. If you burn them all together, you get close to the truth. Still, they're poring over Sanskrit under Ivy League moons, while shadows lengthen in the sun. Cast on a school of meditation built to soften the times and hold us at the center of the spiral.
After losing 2 close home games, the team put together 4 straight wins to stay above 500, but were still not making any headway in a strong Western Conference. Luis Scola's improvement led to him earning the starting power forward spot, and his first start came in late January, where the team faced the Utah Jazz, who were 1 spot ahead of them in the standings in 9th place.
Hey, let's go to Houston, Toyota Center, Rockets, rookie Luis Scola. Place of the injured Yao Ming taking on the Jazz. Yao with upper respiratory infection, so not able to go in this game. Playoffs have started today. Both of these teams would be at home watching them with us. T-Mac takes the bump, and he goes to the free throw line. His club is down by 4, though, 47-43. Now, McGrady with a nice pass to Scola. Scola with 18 points in the ball game. Rockets only down by 3 with 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Back the other way we go. Williams lobbing to Kirilenko. 2 of his 17 points. Jazz up 78-74. Williams working, looking. Oh, man, did that to Skip to Malou.
I'll tell you what, he's really tough. 17 points, 12 assists. Just an outstanding player. And he really makes this Utah offense go.
The Rockets' loss kept them in 10th place, leaving them 2 games behind the Jazz and Blazers. If they were going to keep pace with the other teams hoping to make the playoffs in the West, then they couldn't afford to let their guard down. The Warriors came into town 2 nights later, and Houston closed out the first month of 2008 with a win.
Well, I went back by renting Cadillac and company jet, like a newly orphaned refugee retracing my steps all the way to Casadega to commune with the dead. They said you'd better look alive.
They opened February with a successful Eastern Conference road trip, before heading back to Houston, where their winning ways continued with 4 more victories before the All-Star break.
In the Black Hills, the Badlands, the calloused East, I buried my ballast, I made my peace. Her 4 winds level in the pines, but when Grace Satan's gone, the horrors Babylon, well, she just can't remain with all that outer space. She breaks, she breaks.
This stuff. Yes. And it's free every single night. We don't ever pay for gum. Sometimes I even take some home.
Your Western Conference All-Star starters! 6-time All-Star center from the Houston Rockets, Yao Ming!
Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to the Q in Cleveland. As we get ready to go, our Geico quote comes from Tracy McGrady on if the All-Star break will affect the win streak. We have something we're trying to accomplish this year, T-Mac said. We're going to take advantage of this break and continue the roll that we're on. Rockets have won 8 games in a row, 8 in a row on the road, 17 of 20 and 12 of the last 13. 30 games left in the regular season, and the Big Z puts it up and in. Looks a little clumsy, but he's 7'3", and he's very active and a very good shooter.
Yeah, he's very skilled. You know, maybe just you'd say a junior version of Yao. Maybe not quite as skilled as Yao, not quite as big, but still very effective.
The Rockets 1 for 8. The layup by Rafer Alston, the only basket for the Rockets here in the first 3.5 minutes. Great pass by LeBron James. Scola wide open. Rockets have worked hard to get to this point with this 8-game winning streak. Trying to get the rotation that Rick Adelman likes now, plus the fact that they're all on the same page as far as his offense is concerned, and that's taken over half a season.
Yep, I did.
Aaron Brooks with a 3.
Thank you, Bonzi.
And Bonzi with a dunk. Great pass from Luther Head. Bonzi blocks it at one end and gets a slam at the other.
Thank you, Bonzi, again.
The Rockets started 3 for 18 for 17%, now 8 of 17. Yao gets open. Yes, nice play.
And the Cavaliers are the total opposite. They started about 45% and they're shooting about 15%.
Ilgauskas has been about the only guy to hit a shot. Ilgauskas has 2 fouls. He'll have to be careful, and Yao taking advantage of it. And Scola is the trailer. Well, you can tell that a lot of these guys have had 4 or 5 days off because neither one of them are shooting the ball very well, but the Rockets will take a victory, and right now they lead 42-36. Grady trying to hide behind a pick, gives it up to Yao. Shanghai shake baseline, hits it. Scola trying to get the steal, knocks it away. Scola steals the ball from LeBron James, keeps it alive, drives it inside, going for the shot, puts it up, and he's fouled. What a job by Luis Scola.
How about the singular effort by Luis?
Scola with a nice little jump hook. Scola from the wing. Luis Scola with 3 baskets in a row to give the Rockets the lead again by 4.
Excellent ball movement by the Rockets that time.
LeBron hits from the outside, a 3-pointer. 53-52, game warming up. Under 6 minutes left to play here in the 3rd quarter as Rafer Alston gets a pick from Yao. He'll throw up a 3. That's 4 3-pointers for Rafer Alston. His high is 5. Tracy McGrady, 2 for 13. So the big stars sputtering, and I don't know who McGrady threw that to.
Yeah, see, that was one of the...
James with a dunk. The Rockets turned it over and then didn't get back on defense.
I thought Landry's was a restaurant.
McGrady starting to heat up. And this is what they have to do now with 30 games left in the regular season. Only 4.5 games separating the Rockets and New Orleans at the top. So you got to keep winning. And you got Denver and Golden State right there ahead of you. And Dallas is only 2.5 back. LeBron James on the outside will pull up and shoot the 3 and hits it. Rafer with his 5th 3-pointer of the game that ties his season high. He's 1 away from his career high of 6. Rafer Alston on the wing. Rafer down to Scola inside, draws the foul and gets the bucket. Luis Scola, what a second half he's having. T-Mac goes to Landry. Landry with a great fake. Oh, Carl Landry with a double pump dunk. Down to Yao Ming. Sets up Rafer, goes for 6, and there it is. 6 3-pointers for Rafer Alston that ties his career high.
Yeah, in 2 minutes, it'll be over, by the way, but the Rockets still have to make the right plays.
2 minutes to play.
You can't just fumble the ball away and shoot yourself in the foot. You still got to play because LeBron James is capable of anything. There he goes. What a great move. And T-Mac, like we talk about, when he attacks the rim, that's when he's at his best. When he settles for jump shots, not so much.
T-Mac gets the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. McGrady with 17. And Rafer Alston will hold the ball with 4 seconds left. And the Rockets win despite Yao and McGrady, a combined 9 of 38 from the field.
Their win over LeBron and the Cavaliers was their 9th straight. They headed back to Houston for a matchup against Dwayne Wade's Miami Heat, looking to stretch their winning streak to double digits.
And a lot more flexible is this Houston offense. Wade with no shot there. 5 on the shot clock. And Dwayne Wade driving in and makes the basket. Now McGrady handles. 5-point lead for the Rockets early on. McGrady feeling it, hits another one, and 7 points on 3 for 3 shooting. 11 points between McGrady and Yao and an 8-point lead.
Dwayne Wade with a nice lay-in right there. You got to get back on the offensive end.
Yao makes it a baseline drive by Tracy McGrady. Half a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's McGrady for 3. McGrady now with 14 points.
What?
That's a fine.
It's a revenge of Steve Irwin. Stingray.
Man, that's a damn fine.
Stingray.
I don't care what that is. I like the material. It's just the colors, man.
3-on-1 break. McGrady for Luther Head.
What do you think of Craig Sager's suit?
What?
What do you think of Craig Sager's suit? His outfit that he got on. His suit.
Oh, the blue.
And his shoes.
You know my rookie year all-star shoes? Same color.
Those blue ones. Oh, the baby blue, that was terrible.
That means, I think Yao was saying he had shoes just like that in his rookie season.
All right, Dwayne Wade gets the second half scoring underway. He has 18 points. Pat Riley's team have lost 9 in a row, and they're battling here. And Wade can cut it to 11, gets a basket and the foul. And here is Wade inside and puts it through. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. And here's T-Mac, changes hands and scores. And the Houston Rockets, their 10th straight win. Right now they're in the 7th position in the tight battle in the West.
Boy, what a physical game this has been. Look at the defense being played by both of these teams. It's just stifling out there.
I think the officials and the players know that this is a playoff-style game.
Now, Chandler and Rafer Austin had some words.
Yeah, and they both got technicals. It's a double technical.
McGrady right back to Rafer. Extra pass. Battier for the three. Got it. And the Rockets are putting on a clinic. Yao takes it to the middle with a jump hook. Well, Yao Ming is just taking the game over. He and T-Mac. The Rockets are a well-oiled machine.
Playing a team like this in a back-to-back situation with the best record, yeah, we talked about making a statement.
The balance of power just continues to stay in the West after Pau Gasol goes to the Los Angeles Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal then dealt to the Phoenix Suns, and now today Jason Kidd on his way to the Dallas Mavericks.
And got Bobby Jackson. We thought Bobby would be a very good fit for the stretch run, someone we liked and Coach Adelman was very comfortable with.
When you have a chance, you're familiar with a player like him, just seemed like a good fit, and hopefully that's what's going to happen.
Bobby Jackson to the basket for 2 and 1.
You know, it's good to have a guy like that backing up Rafer, who's playing outstanding this year. And I think we got it together, man. We're really playing for each other.
12 and counting for the Houston Rockets.
12-game winning streak, beat quality teams. The guys are knocking down shots. So the mood now is everybody is having fun, everybody is confident, and we all believe now.
Rarely is there a night when something other than the game is the big story, but unfortunately tonight that is one of those cases. Yao Ming will not play the rest of this season.
Yao's injury couldn't have come at a worse time.
Very difficult day for the organization and our fans. Yao Ming is out for this season with a stress fracture in his left foot.
His latest injury not only put the Rockets' season in jeopardy at a crucial point, but he was also at risk of not being available for the Chinese national team at this summer's Olympic Games that were being held in Beijing.
My frustration became at most at 2008, early 2008, February, that one. When Rockets are going really well, and we're in a winning streak of 12 at that time, and I have this foot injury and have to stay out for the season. That has become the time that I frustrate the most.
Just have to play through him.
Underneath the Mutombo, he's got to catch it. Goes up, puts it up and in. Stevenson taking it inside. Mutombo made him change it.
A pretty big swing from a high to a low. We're ready for the challenge ahead.
Secure the pass. Back to blocks. Blocked by Mutombo, and he says, "Get that stuff out of here."
The third time.
Called a technical on Mutombo for using his old move. That's been around forever.
Our defense immediately went from #1 in the league to like one of the best defenses ever put on the floor.
MVP in that tournament. Mutombo with another block. Welcome home, Cupcake. 13-0 is coming your way tonight.
Do it for Yao. I like that.
Sent a message in the first couple of quarters, didn't they? There's Gerald Green!
Whoa! Ooh, you talk about elevation. Nice move. Whoop! Gets up.
That was...
See, he's not loose yet.
Rockets 17 straight wins.
Are you guys surprised at what you're doing right now? 17 in a row?
No, not at all. We all believe, man. When you got a roster full of guys that really believe in themselves, great chemistry amongst the team, and we go out and play extremely hard every night, I'm not surprised.
Does it surprise you at all being able to do this without Yao?
Yes. You're 3 games out of the #1 seed and 2 games out of the 9th seed. I mean, that's what it is. And so you better win games.
The Houston Rockets would keep doing just that.
Rockets with their biggest lead of the game. 5 points. McGrady!
Their victory over the New Orleans Hornets was their 18th straight. 2 nights later they defeated the Nets before flying out to Atlanta to stretch the streak to 20.
Hayes got it out to Rafer on the run. 3-on-2 fast break Houston. Rafer with a big move to the basket. And Scola with a putback.
May alis mo bang ako ay magdamdam kung ang pagsuyo mo'y balat kayo lamang batid ng Diyos labis kita.
They returned to Houston for 3 home games, defeating the Bobcats for win number 21.
Yan ay di mo kasalanan.
How does it feel? 21 straight. I don't know, man. This right here is what it's all about. Our fans making this kind of noise. We putting this type of effort on this court. This is unbelievable.
Kobe Bryant's Los Angeles Lakers would be the Rockets' next opponents.
The Rockets, since January the 29th, have moved from number 10 to number 2 in the Western Conference.
It's been one of the most entertaining and compelling NBA regular seasons we've seen in a while. And right at the top of the list of the great stories are what these Rockets have done. Mark, how is this team, without Yao Ming the last 9 games, how are they doing this?
I had a chance to talk to Coach Rick Adelman. He said, hey, we play with great intensity, and also we don't take possessions off, which is so crucial. Guys going out, getting the job done, role players being special. I'm not sure if any other role player could start across the board in this league, but T-Mac has been phenomenal.
Both teams were 45-20 on the season and tied for first place in the Western Conference.
With Shane Battier going in. Battier, one of the best defenders in the NBA. Bryant's shot won't go. Odom the rebound. Back up. Blocked by Mutombo. McGrady. Austin, long three-pointer. That's good. Comes up with it. Bryant takes it away. McGrady dives on him. McGrady still looking for his first points. The Rockets still lead by 1. Drives on Odom, gets inside, picks it back out. Austin for 3. Bang! His 4th three-pointer of the first quarter. But has played big minutes, as you say. Bryant with the shot clock winding down. Excellent defense from Tuck. McGrady inside, finding Scola, and Scola counted and a foul. Beautiful feed from Tracy McGrady, his 3rd assist. Bryant able to put it in. And that ends the first half, and a standing ovation for the streaking Rockets. Rafer Alston had the hot start. The Rocket defense doing an excellent job on Kobe Bryant, who needs some help.
The Rockets are at their best when they're shooting really well from outside. How do you slow that down?
I tell the guys not to worry about threes. They start to fade as the game carries on.
You have a chance to extend your winning streak to 22 games, and yet you know you're playing against Kobe Bryant, the player you call the best in the game. How do you hold these guys off, Tracy?
Well, we got to continue playing the defense that we're playing in the first half. We're doing a phenomenal job of making them take tough jumpers, contested jumpers, and we're doing a great job of getting second chances on the offensive end and moving the ball on offense.
The Lakers come back the other way again. They're playing without Pau Gasol. Sprained his ankle first quarter. Struggling right now in the third. Fisher knocks down the three, and it's a 5-point game.
Come on, we got to get our heads up. We have the lead.
Come on, man.
We have the lead. This is our game. We've got the lead. Now let's go.
Bob finally the touch and lets it go. McGrady, nice move, and finally Tracy McGrady, his first points of the game, and it gives the Rockets a 4-point lead. Bryant, hands in his face again, tough shot from Kobe Bryant. Nice move. Boy, so tough to stop.
That's not bad either. That's the help behind him from Chuck Hayes.
Austin, another three. Bang! Ray for Austin, lighting it up. His 7th three-pointer of the game. Ray for Austin with 25 points in 28 minutes. Rockets 4 of 23 shooting in the third quarter. But they still lead by 3 because they have the big lead. Austin, another three. Hits another. 8 3-pointers for Austin.
Ang aking pagsuyo'y di mahadlangan hanggang sa wakas ay magpapakasakit sa tulong ng langit. Ako'y babalik.
Three-pointers, and there's no need for that. Just walk away. Celebrate what's going on. Obviously didn't like Vujicic. He just wanted to commit the foul.
He went a little skip to my Lou, and then he lost his mind.
And the Rockets can just dribble this one out. The second longest winning streak in NBA history is still alive. 22 and counting. Tracy McGrady and the Rockets 22 in a row, and as you just saw, they are now all alone in first place in the Western Conference.
Doug, what's the atmosphere like in Houston right now?
Oh, it's crazy. I think it harkens back, and I think Kenny can appreciate when they won back-to-back championships here, Ernie. This city is alive for this team, and this team right now is the toast of the town.
Their next challenge would be the top team from the East, the Boston Celtics, who had assembled an impressive big three of Paul Pierce, Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett.
Pierce, 3-on-3 into Battier. What a difficult shot! Kicks it back out to Garnett. Scola, late with the defense, and KG has got 8.
not from lack of effort tonight that these Rockets are getting beat. It's just they've struggled against this Celtic defense to score points.
Takes it in high and comes down hard. The big ticket. Puts a dagger into the Rockets in their 22-game winning streak.
It's a Rick Adelman, 22 straight wins, second best ever. What a job he's done with this team in the face of losing Yao Ming for the season.
Brooks with 10 points in 4 minutes off the bench for the Rockets. Fans like that, but the standing ovation for a team that had won 22 consecutive games, second all-time in the history of the NBA, and they are given a standing O as they go to the line.
I'm always able to look back at each pitch is a picture from one game of the streak, and it starts right here from January 29th, it goes all the way to March 16th. So sometimes I'm on the computer, I get to turn around and look, I'm like, wow.
The team finished the season with 9 wins from their final 15 games and once again faced the Utah Jazz in the opening round of the playoffs.
And the Rockets will let the time tick away. Utah is going to get out of here with a road win and take a 1-0 lead in the best of 7. SportsCenter is next here on ESPN. Williams off the glass and good. 3 Jazz, Kirilenko, Boozer, and Williams, each with 20 or more points. Tracy McGrady's Rockets will need to find a way to win in Salt Lake City to have any chance of taking this series. Utah shoots 52%, and Jerry Sloan's team wins 93-82. A road win for the Jazz here at the Toyota Center over the Houston Rockets.
After losing Game 1 at home, the series went from bad to worse following a 90-84 loss in Game 2. The Rockets split Games 3 and 4 in front of a hostile crowd in Utah and traveled back to Houston needing 3 straight wins to advance.
I'm a sailor of pain, and I lost my leg. Climbing up the top sails, I lost my leg.
Unfortunately, outside of Scola, there was zero help. The bench had a very difficult time shooting the basketball. So, consequently, where was the help to come from?
And that is all as the Jazz win Game 6 convincingly and move on to the next round to take on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Rockets go home, losing in the first round.
Well, a bit of basketball news. NBA star Yao Ming is back in China to get ready for the Beijing Olympics. Yao Ming arrived at Beijing International Airport at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, and he told reporters that he's had quite a smooth recovery.
I'm about recovered, but doctors told me not to take part in any resistance matches until mid-July. The most recent X-ray shows that 80% of the fracture has healed, and full recovery usually takes about a year.
Since his surgery in the beginning of March, Yao Ming has spent most of his time in recovery training in the United States. Sources say that a group of top medical experts from Beijing will meet and closely follow up on treating Yao Ming's injured ankle.
Yeah, first of all, injury is a part of your career. You know, like a couple of days ago, Liu Xiang, he stepped off from the track, you know, because of injury, you know. Obviously, we don't want it, but it just happens sometimes. And if you want to be a success in the sports, you have to put your full effort and with hard work into every day. In multiple years, I think we just need to learn how to practice with more quality and more skills.
We're really confident. One thing that we do, we respect every opponent that we go against, but we try to be dominant every time we go out on the court. It's been a lot different this time around compared to 2004, with guys just understanding what it means to be an Olympian, what it means to represent your country, and we've taken that approach every night we go out on the basketball court, and we play pretty well thus far.
Yao Ming led the Chinese national team into the Beijing Olympics over the summer of 2008 and was available for the Rockets to start the regular season. The team acquired Artest from Sacramento, adding more talent to their deep roster. He immediately became an integral part of the team, and his hustle and energy on the defensive end made him a fan favorite.
There's Blake to Roy. This is for the win. David Roy with a 3-3 on the Blazers and beat the Rockets in overtime.
Now, Pal, this was supposed to be the big test for the Lakers, the Houston Rockets. They have their big three, but you made it look easy tonight.
Well, they have a good team, but we just have a better team, I think, and that's just the way things are right now.
Yao wins the tip. Rockets will have the ball to start the game and the fourth quarter.
Now, Nene is only 6'10", but he's a great athlete.
Battier right off the bat with a quick shot.
The double team.
Denver won in Dallas last night. There's Battier going to the basket, lost it. Yao Ming lays it up. 7 seconds, down to 6 on the shot clock. T-Mac back to Aaron Brooks. Aaron takes it from LeBron. Oh! He shot that out on the street. Blocked by Shane Battier, saved by McGrady. Look at the Rockets giving up their body. McGrady still down at the other end in the second row. And Scola with a fast break basket.
You gotta love the hustle from these Rockets early in this game. McGrady giving up his body.
T-Mac sets up Scola, who rims it out. Yao's got it. Yao takes it to the floor, hooks it up and in.
And Tracy has to step it up on defense too. He's very inconsistent on defense, so he has to get better. I'm sure he'll get better with his knee, getting more healthy.
Moon goes right by McGrady. Boy, McGrady could have made some kind of effort. Just fouling.
You don't just give somebody a wide open dunk.
You know, but it's going to start with Tracy. You're going to start with guys like Michael Jordan, with Kobe's and LeBron's, and when I was in Sacramento, it started with me, you know, and we start with your leaders. It's going to start with him, and also Yao, and then it filters down. Then it filters down to the other guys.
Defensively, absolutely. We've got away from being, you know, our identity for the last couple of years was we were a great defensive team. I don't know if we can say that, you know, about our team right now.
Tracy McGrady had been struggling since the beginning of the year following arthroscopic knee surgery over the summer. After missing 18 games between October and February, he opted for season-ending microfracture surgery.
McGrady's just playing out at midcourt.
He's not even around the three-point line anymore.
The Rockets are playing 4-on-5. There's McGrady. Now he just throws it back in. Very disinterested in what's going on.
T-Mac is very nonplussed tonight. You know, Rick Adelman, the situation that he's in is T-Mac has said, hey, I can only play one game out of the two back-to-back. So they picked tonight as the game, so Rick's going to say, okay, you're playing tonight.
Give me something.
When I had my microfracture, it was probably the most depressed I've ever been in my life. Because when we finally get a team to where I think we can compete for a championship, we added Run Artest or Meta World Peace. I'm like, we got a championship team.
Yeah.
My knee blows out. Now, all these years I've been fighting, trying to win a championship, right? And this is the year that I feel I have the best team I ever had in my career.
Yeah.
And I'm damaged goods. So I start off the season, I'm limping, I'm on one leg. I'm just excited, like, damn, you know, this championship season. Get to about January, and it was a play where I embarrassed myself because I couldn't jump off of my left leg, and I shut it down. Moved to Chicago, had microfracture surgery, and I just, from that point, I was depressed for about a year, an entire year, because I'm in Chicago and I had to be in a machine for 8 hours out the day with this machine just rotating my leg, right, to get the blood flowing. And I had to do that for like 4 months, right?
Wow.
My team is still playing, and there's nothing I could do.
Daryl Morey would also pull the trigger on a three-team trade that sent starting point guard, Rafa Alston, to the Orlando Magic. The Rockets acquired Kyle Lowry, who became the backup to new starting point guard, Aaron Brooks.
Give it up to Brooks. 5 seconds. Down to 4. Aaron Brooks on the drive. Lays it! Oh! He went flying by Shaquille O'Neal!
In March, Carl Landry was shot in the leg. He told reporters that he was lucky to be alive and hoped to return to action before the playoffs.
Comment on your reaction when you heard about Carl Landry's incident.
Well, my first reaction was one of fear for his safety, and I was just concerned about his health. And once I found out that he was going to be okay, I was much relieved. It's a scary situation, and it's a terrible situation, and it's a fact that when you live in a major metropolis, stuff like that happens. And I'm just thankful and very happy that Carl is safe and saw him today and he's still smiling, but it could have been really catastrophic.
Despite the injury to McGrady, the Rockets finished the season strong. Their 53 wins were good for the 5th seed, and they headed to Portland, looking to advance past the opening round for the first time in over a decade.
The Houston Rockets have not won a playoff series since 1997. Since then, they've had 5 opportunities to win a series with one more win. Houston has dropped all 5 of those games by an average of nearly 20 points while shooting under 40% from the floor. That's never a good thing.
Live from Toyota Center in downtown Houston, My 20 presents the NBA playoffs. And tonight it's Game 6. The Houston Rockets going against the Portland Trail Blazers. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Worrell along with Matt Bullard and Clyde Drexler. Good to have you here tonight. The Rockets hoping to hold that home court advantage, and if they do, they can advance to the second round of the playoffs for the first time in 12 years. Rockets fans are ready to go tonight. So let's check out tonight's Southwest Airlines starting lineups. For the Portland Trail Blazers, Rudy Fernandez, LaMarcus Aldridge, Joe Prisbilla, Brandon Roy, and Steve Blake. For the Houston Rockets, they'll line up this way. Shane Battier, Louis Scully, Yao Ming, Ron Artest, and Aaron Brooks. Aaron Brooks has had a sensational series. A little up and down at times, but if he's consistent tonight, the Rockets will be in trouble. The Rockets have a huge home court advantage tonight. They've won 12 of the last 13 games here against the Trailblazers, and they're a perfect 7-0 in playoff games at home against Portland.
Hey guys, make no mistake, this is the Rockets Game 7. This is a must-win.
Trying to get it to Yao Ming. Yao runs it down. Gets it to Scola. Scola puts it up and in. Always a broken play goes to the basket.
Yeah, if you can see that ball go in on the first possession, that gives you a lot of confidence.
Steal by Scola. Nicholas Batum has been starting in all of the games. Rudy Fernandez starting tonight. And had a little turnover there. They go to Yao Ming. Yao right now with Prisbilla one-on-one. Takes it with a hook shot. Yes! The question for him and everybody else is, can they win 2 games in a row to keep it alive? Can they win 3 games in a row to win it? Oh, Ron Artest with a 3. There's LaMarcus Aldridge. So right now, he is the only Blazer to get on the scoreboard.
First quarter tied at 9. Yao making his presence felt. One of his 2 blocks on Steve Blake with a rejection. Rockets up by 3 here. And Von Wafer going off here. Spots up and knocks down the 3.
And that's one of the great things about the NBA. Here's a guy that was not on the NBA roster at the beginning of the season, making a big-time contribution.
Yao was on a roster and throwing it down right over Joel Prisbilla.
Yeah, that's a big step for me. Of course, I always taste great. When the clock running down, I'm still not believe that's coming true. And obviously, now we know that field we need to keep moving forward.
Rockets up by 16 here, though. Aaron Brooks feeling it. Brooks again, he's going to be open for another 3. He had 13 points, 11 in the second half, so a big second half performance.
And a second-year guard. They trade Ray for Austin, and they say, we believe in you. You're going to be our starting point guard. Instead of wilting under the pressure, he embraced it and has been playing great basketball.
Rockets are moving on to the second round, first time in 12 years.
Look at Artest. He's still going halfway up the building. He's going to take a seat. Ron says, I'm tired.
They won't let him out. They're mobbing him. Rockets playing 4-on-5. Ron Artest is in that group.
And a timeout taken by Aaron Brooks. Ron Artest, they're not going to let him go. It's party time in Houston.
Well, I've been in the stands before.
That's going to get a substantial fine and suspension if he doesn't really slow down here. There goes Ben Wallace again.
There goes Artest up into the crowd.
And I just want.
But this time at home court.
It was home court.
This time at home court.
It was home court. It was home court. I wanted to soak it and I had to sit down.
He's absolutely out of his mind. And Steven Jackson's slugging people in the crowd here.
The whole Indiana team is in the crowd.
And nobody was. Actually, this guy offered me some beer. When he did that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and enjoy this. He's not throwing it at me. He's actually at. I was going to take a sip, but there's too many cameras.
Rockets had to take a 20-second timeout to get Ron Artest back on the court.
I've never seen that. Talk about getting up close and personal. Yeah, they'll talk about that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, Ron, the fans showing a lot of appreciation for what Ron Artest has done in this game tonight.
Let me show my appreciation. The Rockets are going to get out of the first round for the first time in 12 years. And thanks to that guy right there. What a first year he has had in this city.
It wasn't an easy series. They were singing 999, not goodbye, but it'd be nice to show a little respect. And the fans gave him a round of applause. I thought it was important because it wasn't easy. And they got us ready, for this next series. And I didn't want the fans just so happy to get out the first round. I'm like, I'm just not happy to just be out the first round. That's just not our goals here. That's not LA's goal. That is not Boston's goal. That is not Cleveland's goal. That's not our goal.
The Houston Rockets had advanced to the second round of the playoffs for the first time since 1997, and awaiting them were Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers had swept the Rockets during the regular season, winning all 4 games the two teams played that year.
Hey, those 4 Laker wins were one-sided. The Lakers swept the 4 games by an average of 13 points per game as Kobe shot over 50, not 50, but 50% and put up 28 points per game. In fairness, though, the Rockets weren't the only team, that had problems stopping Kobe this season.
So we'll see how this plays out here tonight. And Yao Ming, can he dominate it out on that low post?
Yao now in the playoffs is 25 of 27 from the free throw line. Unbelievable. A guy that size at 7'6", so good from the line. Bryant picked up by Shane Battier with 9 on the shot clock. He puts in his first shot.
Well, Shane Battier is going to try to take a lot of shots to get his points. Kobe Bryant feels very comfortable getting his shot. And what you'll see Shane Battier do, he doesn't try to block the shot. He tries to get his hand in the face of Kobe Bryant when he takes the shot to disrupt his rhythm and his vision.
Fires it out inside, and Kobe Bryant has started 2 of 4.
I understand it's playoffs. I remember when I used to play back home in the neighborhood, it was always games like that. I remember one time it was one of my friends, he was playing basketball, they was winning the game. It was so competitive, they broke a piece of leg from a table, and they threw it. It went right through his heart, and he died, right on the court. So, I'm accustomed to playing basketball really rough, you know what I mean? And I came into the league, that's how I was accustomed to playing. I'm used to fighting on the court, and that's how I grew up playing basketball. And then it took me a lot of years just to really back off and understand that that's not what the league is about. The league is different. So now this year, I play fair and square. I lose fair and square and win fair and square.
The defense of Battier, the dive by Bryant. Now we got a little shove afterwards, as you can see.
Even game 1, he elbowed Shane. I think the league says he was just trying to get up. But in game 1, he clearly was over-aggressive on Shane. If you're tough enough, be tough. Show you're tough. Kobe's great enough to really take over games and lead his team. He could do it. He could have did it without that.
And by Stars, Gasol. Listen, the left-handed jam.
Well, Shane Battier just got an elbow. He's got a cut over his left eye.
Oh, my gosh, is he bleeding. Wow.
See here, right there, you can see Vujacic came down with that left arm and comes through. You can see as he goes through, knocks the ball loose, and then hits Shane Battier in the eye.
That's the 5th turnover by the Los Angeles Lakers, and Lowry racing the other way using his speed. Artest a 3, he's nailed 1. He banks that in with Ariza right in front. Ron Artest has put in a game-high 10 points. And picked up by the hustling Chuck Hayes. My goodness, he is a great attribute for this Rocket team off the bench. Barry, a wide open 3, and that just invites him to fire.
The Rockets controlled the tempo of the game during a physical, hard-hitting first half of basketball and stayed ahead of the Lakers heading into halftime.
The starting 5 out there to begin the second half for the Houston Rockets. Over Gasol, it's Scola.
Los Angeles would repeatedly challenge the lead during the second half, but Houston responded with a run of their own each time.
Here comes Scola in a wrestling match with Ariza. A wide open Artest.
The energy here to start this third period is in favor of the Rockets.
Lowry exploits Brown, who tripped and fell in an open shot for Lowry. Battier is on Kobe. He is then the primary defender for the Houston Rockets on Bryant tonight. Kobe bulldozes inside, hacked away, shot clock at 7.
Rockets have gotten in trouble, turning the ball over.
It's over to Gasol, who sneaks right in back of Yao. There's some history between those two guys. Here is Yao. Gasol the close. Yao with 2. What a play by Brooks. He's got 18 at the point, and he schools the professor.
Ooh, how quick was that? But the ability to get a shot at the end of the clock, 5 seconds to go, and you get a layup.
Charging inside the triple team, Bryant. Yao is down. Gasol finishes off. And holding his knee, as you can see, that is not a good sign if you're a Rocket fan.
Well, he was in congestion there. I don't know what happened on the play. We'll have to see, but...
Yao is still down. And we will take a timeout. Oh, God. He's in such pain. What a warrior. What a warrior.
Nice here by the Laker fans, too, to recognize this.
Oh, he's just such a...
Oh, man. How things change. Looked like Kobe had no place to go. Got to turn the ball over. You get a knee on knee. They get a layup, and Yao Ming is now hurt. I think he wants to go back out on the court. He wants to go back out.
Oh, really? Let's look at it.
No, he said he wants to go back out.
Let's get it back. Come on. One ball. Let's get it now. Slow it down. Slow it down. Okay, big.
Can you run in place? You see Keith Jones, and this is a proud guy. He knows the importance of this game. You see him working this leg.
Frank, what do you have?
Obviously, it was a cheerful Yao Ming that went back towards the locker room. They were going to take him in, put him out for the game, as you said. And as we saw, he started stretching the knee, started to maybe feel a little bit better. He said he was getting a spasm in it, obviously a bump on the knee. And he just told Rick Adelman, I want to go back in this game.
Artest with 19. Ariza and Gasol. Yao over Odom. Yao Ming puts it in from outside. Ron Artest, 8 of 15. They've switched. Gasol, step in front of Yao. Brooks got it back. Yao with the spin inside and a foul on Los Angeles.
And if the Rockets make free throws and don't turn the ball over, they're going to win this game.
Doug, the Rockets have responded to Laker leads tonight, albeit just by a point on 3 different occasions. On 2 of them in the second quarter, they responded to a Laker lead going on an 11-4 run. And in the fourth quarter, they responded after a Laker 1-point lead going on a 21-13 run. Vujacic a 3, Lowry defended. And the rebound by Brooks ahead to Lowry. That'll do it. That'll seal a Houston Rocket win.
We'll see what they can come with in game 2. And I think Yao Ming, thankfully he's standing up over there and he's smiling with our Craig Sager. Sags?
Well, thanks, Doug. What a emotional fourth quarter. You certainly gave everybody a scare, particularly the Rocket fans. But how were you able to come back and put this team away after losing 4 games of the regular season in the fourth quarter?
I think we are hungry to win, particularly the first game. Like we had in the first round, we didn't set tone for the entire series. We know we have to respect them, come back as strong as the game too. But tonight we really played proud for our team, for all the players.
So the Lakers want to jump out to a good start here tonight.
Screen by Pau Gasol. Fisher now over Stroll. It's Kobe Bryant over Battier, and Kobe hits his first shot. Kobe Bryant has started 2 of 2.
In Game 2 it was the Lakers who got out to an early lead. The Rockets fought back in the second quarter but weren't able to keep pace with Los Angeles in the second half.
I'm big on that first quarter tonight. It was all Lakers, 39-25. Kobe with a brilliant start. The Lakers story, they did not shoot it well in the first game. Only 2 of 18 for 3, 44% tonight, 49%. But look at this, plus 15 fast break. They got the pace of the game where they wanted it. How about the co-stars, Odom and Gasol tonight, 29 points and 25 rebounds combined. And the ending. So Houston fell apart under the pressure. 8 turnovers. The Lakers only won. 11 points off those turnovers. Ron Artest ejected. A lot of things going here in this fourth period.
Kobe, you said before the game you're going to be on fire, but there are flaring tempers and heated exchanges all over the place. How severely are you being tested by this Houston Rockets team?
It's the playoffs. This is what it's about.
It was a fun game to be a part of, I think. But I just thought it was over-aggressive, and you got to have balls to hit a guy like me in the throat. But I'm hoping the league looks at it.
Ron Artest, obviously a very tough defender at one point. He was ejected. He claimed that you threw an elbow to him. What happened in that exchange?
Man, we're playing basketball. There's a lot of contact that takes place. And, if you're going to be physical, you got to expect players to be physical back.
The series moved to Houston for Game 3, and as the contest was drawing to a close, Houston fans' worst fears became a reality as Yao Ming suffered another injury.
And it's becoming more and more obvious looking at Yao Ming trying to run up the floor. He is in serious pain.
Only has 2 points here in the fourth. Only 4 in the second half. Shot clock down to 3. Gasol the drive. Kicks it out. Bryant just gets it off in time and puts it in. A three-pointer for Kobe Bryant as the shot clock expires.
Well, Mike, as you guys have noticed, Yao Ming is in a great deal of pain, and he's been hurting for the last several minutes. But he wouldn't let the Rockets trainer, Keith Jones, work on him. Keith was trying to get him to stand up so he could see what kind of mobility he had. Yao said he just wanted to sit on the bench. They also wanted to spray something possibly on that left ankle. Again, Yao wouldn't let them do any kind of treatment.
Listen, anytime Yao is hobbling up the floor because of his past injury situation with his lower legs, you, the Rockets, have to be concerned.
The left foot was the injury last year and caused him to miss the entire playoffs. And scared everyone in China that they thought maybe he'd miss the Olympics in Beijing, but he certainly played through them. And he played 77 games this season.
Especially when you think about it, Game 4 is Sunday. So the Rockets have to be concerned about Yao Ming's health.
The ability to get those types of calls right.
Boy, look at him. He is really hurting right now. And Scola comes in for Yao. He's not even looking over at Scola. He wants no part of coming out of the game.
He's going to go directly to the locker room.
So Keith Jones, their head athletic trainer, greets him right away. So tough and so proud, does not want to come out, wants to be there for his team. Ron Artest calmly talking to Steve Javie as they say, yes, it is a flagrant 2.
Do you have to be suspended for the next game on a flagrant 2?
No, it's not a definite. It can be.
See, this is where I have a problem with this. Now, the NBA officials are being told to call it like this, but this constant stream of ejections, suspensions, if you want to find that after the game and after review, that's one thing. But to throw a guy out, I couldn't disagree more.
This is the foul from Game 2 with Fisher. There's no question. And Fisher earned a 1-game suspension for that foul on Scola. Latham brings it up. That won't go. Hold on the rebound, and that'll do it. Lakers take a 2-1 lead and regain the home court advantage with an impressive 14-point win here in Houston. 33 more points for Kobe Bryant, that after the 40-point effort, but that is the key sight and the key story for the Houston Rockets. Yao Ming limping off the floor. How serious it is, and will he be ready for Game 4 on Sunday?
All year long, with all we've gone through, the only thing that's mattered is the guys in this huddle. In this huddle right here. Every game we've gone out, we played free, we played fiercely, and most importantly, we fought. We got to do the same thing today. It's going to take all 11 guys today, 48 minutes, 4 quarters. Let's do this, man. Let's go take this. All right, here we go. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win!
The Houston Rockets went into Game 4 against the Lakers without Yao Ming.
And certainly for the Houston Rockets, things have turned. Devastating news that Yao Ming is out, but they have to play on, Jeff. You had to deal with it when you were the coach here. He had his share of injuries. What's the mindset for this team to try and get it done today?
Well, Shane Battier just said it best. Do what you can do, control what you can control, which is your effort and your unselfishness. Play together, play fast. You can win one home game even without a great player like Yao Ming.
Chuck Hayes will get his second start of the season for Yao Ming. Scola, Battier, Aaron Brooks, and Ron Artest rounded out for head coach Rick Adelman.
Hey, Michael, I spoke to Yao before the game, and he said he wasn't really surprised to find out that his season was over. He said when he initially got hurt in Game 3, he thought maybe it was a left ankle sprain, but as the game wore on, he knew it was much worse. Remember, as you said, he's been hurt for the past couple of seasons, so he said the fact that he's made it this far to the second round, he's trying to look at that as a positive. As for how his teammates are taking the loss, Shane Battier said to me, look, this is not our first rodeo without Yao. We have to use that as motivation, and Yao's replacement in the lineup, Chuck Hayes, said we can make up for Yao's loss with effort. If we play like we wanted more, we'll give ourselves a chance.
Battier for three. How about this start? It's 7-0. Artest kicks it out. Brooks takes the three. Scola is wide open. And the Rockets now lead 9-0. This crowd in the frenzy.
I'm not afraid to play without Yao. I'm not even afraid to lose him. I'm just afraid of not playing hard enough, not competing, not fighting, and not leaving everything in the court. If you go out there and we play hard and we leave everything we have in the court and we fight all game long, good things will happen. And if we lose, which it may happen, one team would always lose tonight, then we can take it because we leave everything we have.
Then it's 17-4.
Yao's injury would require surgery that would keep him out for the rest of this year's playoffs and all of next season, casting serious doubt over the future of his career.
Something you can't change was my weight and my high arch, particularly my high arch. The high arch player would get a lot of stress on that vernicle bone, the bone that don't have very good blood supplies compared to other bone. If that bone starts have some stress fracture, it's hard to heal. That's what it is. What I have. 2009, the reconstruction. And that surgery need to put a plate onto my top of my foot to stabilize my foot, and I'll put maybe 7 or 8 screws onto there to stabilize. And also need, they call it reconstruction, and also need, reconstruction means need to break my big toe so it can lower the arch. So the stress is going down, will split out by the entire foot, not only on that part.
No, I know you're not playing, but what do you like about what you're seeing from your team right now without you?
Emotional. The team will really play with a passion and with full energy. I mean, that's what we have the whole season long, you know. And tonight is special. Feel like we had a special energy right there, and I'm proud for my teammate right there.
Artest looking, lobs it in. Brooks puts it in at the buzzer. An alley-oop for a 6-footer. This is an inspired performance by this Rockets team. And this is the type of anthem, if you're a Rockets fan, you'll remember this game for a long, long time. Nobody giving you any chance without Yao Ming. As Farmar misses, and the Rockets will dribble it out. A brilliant team performance with some superb individual play as well. This conference semifinal all tied up at 2 games apiece.
In terms of opening up doors, or for Chinese basketball players to come into the NBA, and for their youth here in China to believe that it's possible to achieve the dream of being an NBA player. I mean, all that started from Yao. The movement that started in the NBA of the influx of European players coming to the NBA was, started by Vlade Divac, Dino Raja, and those guys. But even that movement didn't have the impact or the magnitude of the impact that Yao Ming has had. And, on top of that, he's just a heck of a basketball player to boot.
Lakers down at a 23-7 run to close the first quarter, led by 25 at halftime, kept the lead in double digits from that point on through the final 36 minutes of the game. The Lakers have gone up 3 games to 2 over the Houston Rockets.
Pull up to the spotlight, yeah, I mean. All up in the spotlight, yeah, I mean. Never got a ring, though, yeah, I mean. still Hall of Fame though. Yeah, I mean, you gotta respect that. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gotta stress that. Yeah, I mean, you talking about a list that I'm looking
blocked by Gasol. The Laker defense has been really up and down in this series as Kobe Bryant drives. And the first field goal of the game. Ariza open for three.
It was just a lot of unfortunate, injuries that just couldn't keep us together. It was amazing. We had an amazing team.
Ron Artest led the team to a decisive Game 7 against the Lakers.
If you were healthy in 2009, how much do you wonder if the Rockets would have won an NBA championship that year?
No, first of all, there's no if. It's a waste of time. But you do think about it, sometimes think about it back, and you did. And I did, and I think if we can pass Lakers, we'll have a pretty good chance to win a championship that year.
What happened that year? Obviously, T-Mac had injuries.
Injuries. That's what happened. 3 of them. 3 injuries to 3 key players. Yao Ming, T-Mac, and Dikembe. That's exactly what happened.
A dominant blowout victory here in Game 7.
This would be Ron Artest's only season in Houston, as he would join Kobe Bryant in Los Angeles and help them repeat as champions.
If you try and bake, then I'm trying to get the cake. You try and capitalize, but I'm trying to cap the face. Switch pace if the fakes try to hate. Snakes are shaped like the food that they ate.
First of all, I want to thank everybody in my hood. Thank the Worldwide Warriors, Rockefeller, my wife, Tim Shed, my family, my kids, everybody. I definitely want to thank my doctor, Dr. Sandy, my psychiatrist. She really helped me relax a lot. Thank you so much. It's so difficult to play. There's so much commotion going on in the playoffs, and she helped me relax. I thank you so much.
Ron, you were able to
knock down that 3.
Yes,
that
was a huge shot. Your late 3. Yes, no question.
Rats can't shake off the dirt from the day. The derby don't wait if the herd in the way. It's harder to say that you learn from mistakes the minute that kitty cat purrs in your face like.
Trevor Ariza off the dribble. Here's the Biedrins screen. Jumper right through. First NBA basket. Biedrins, look at Aaron Brooks go steal that pass. That corner come out, set a pick for Brooks. Aaron Brooks unloads on a 3. Missed it. Look at Lowry go up and get that rebound. The Rockets want this one bad.
The Rockets entered the next season with both of their superstars on the injured list. Tracy McGrady made his return on December 15, 2009, wearing number 3.
6-0 run by Detroit, and here comes McGrady. Well, look at the crowd. All right. I don't think anybody expected to see him tonight. And Tracy McGrady will come in for Buttinger.
How's that for a warm welcome? Let's let you know that this crowd appreciates what Tracy has brought to this team for many, many years.
The new number 1 in Houston was off-season signing, Trevor Ariza, who played 1 season in Houston before moving on to New Orleans. McGrady played just 6 games before he was traded to New York.
Houston Rockets win for the 10th time this season. Rockets gone a 19-5 run in the last 9 minutes of the game and win it 102-85.
The Rockets received Kevin Martin from Sacramento in the deal. He became the team's leading scorer for the next 2.5 seasons.
Bill, I understand there was a Yao Ming sighting here at Toyota Center before tonight's game.
Well, there was, and a lot of happy people in management. It has been 6 months since Yao Ming had the surgery on his injured foot, and today he shot 100 free throws with his sneakers. First time he's had that protected boot off, and he took his cast off. He made 92 of 100 free throws, Clyde. His first time back.
The Great Wall, it's great to see him back in sneakers. I like it. He's still got the shooting touch that he's always possessed.
I don't know if he had total permission to put on both shoes because when I questioned management, they were a little worried. They said he wasn't wearing the boot. I said, no, not our camera people got him shooting in his shoes. And of course, he's not coming back this year. But this is the first baby step for Yao Ming in his recovery process.
The Rockets finished just above 500, which was only good for the 9th seed. The team remained competitive while attempting to rebuild and finished just outside of the playoff picture in 2011 and 2012. Luis Scola was the leader of the team during this era, and his professionalism and consistency remain underrated to this day due to the team repeatedly missing out the postseason.
Little bit of grit with a little bit of grace. Tell me what it takes to uplift a whole team, cause you could be shallow even if you roll deep. Couldn't even fathom, but I guess we gon' see how you went from having cold feet to platinum and gold teeth. This for all my OCs and my OZs. Homie, we gon' blow trees like it's 03. Pull up to the spotlight.
Scola played until the age of 41, retiring in 2021 after his 5th Olympic Games in Tokyo.
Reconocimiento de los adversarios. Se me puso la piel de gallina, te lo juro. Es un ejemplo, tal vez en un país que necesita ejemplos de este tipo.
Yao Ming did briefly return at the end of 2010, but played in just 5 games before another injury forced him into retirement.
And of course, Yao Ming is branched out now as the owner of his own basketball team, the Shanghai Sharks, the team he started on in Shanghai in the Chinese Professional Basketball Association. And
Yao over here on the bench trying to get out of the way. That whole melee. Is he going to get on that bike? He's a little stiff, isn't he? Looks like he might be limping.
Yeah, me. All up in the spotlight. Yeah, me. Never got a ring though. Yeah, me. Still Hall of Fame though. Yeah, me.
Our Chinese basketball superstar Yao Ming has officially announced his retirement at the age of 30 after being plagued by leg and ankle injuries. But he intends to continue his legacy both on and off the court.
Play ball to be a great shot blocker. Never buy illegal wildlife products, and we can save our endangered animals.
When the buying stops, the killing can too.
As a tribute to the city where his career began, the 2.3-meter center returned to his hometown, Shanghai, to make the difficult announcement.
9 years ago, I come to Houston as a young, tall, skinny player. And the entire city and the team changed me to a grown man, not only a basketball player. And also, I gained my first daughter over there. I feel also I'm like a Houstonian, and I will always be with you. Thank you.
He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016, and in 2017 the Rockets retired his jersey, immortalizing him among the greatest basketball players in the history of the city of Houston.
I'm a franchise like a Houston Rocket. Remember used to pull her to the stoop and pop shit. I was back before I was used to.
As we retire the number 11 jersey in the rafters next to some of the greatest Rockets of all time.
Two in the cockpit. Who decide when and when you choose to shop with that hard-earned money that you use to cop this? Only 5'6", but I feel it tenfold. So if I hit them high, maybe you could hit them low.
Thank you. Thank you, Rockets fans. At this moment, I can't help myself but thinking back. When I first met Rockets back to 1904, when NBA first time broadcasting in China. That's when Great Dream bring the championship cup back to Houston for the first time. Just remember, there's a kids over 10,000 miles away see that too through the TV. That's where my dream started. Thank you for the memory. You know, it's out there. There's so many unknowing. Maybe a victory, maybe a loss, maybe a career high, maybe a career ending, but no one doubt that we will run out there, fight for this city. Not only because we have the greatest teammate around us, and also we have a great fans here.
Yeah, I mean, I love in the spotlight. Yeah, I mean, never got a ring, no. Yeah, I mean, still Hall of Fame, no. Yeah, I mean, you gotta respect that. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gotta stress that. Yeah, I mean.
When I just came to a town, Houston for me is no different than any other city in the United States. But when time passed by, all the faces become into memory. Friends, teammates, coaches, staffs, medias, and most important, fans. Thank you. Thank you for the journey. Thank you.